Yo guys, what is going on? Got some more BT4 gameplay for you guys. I'm super excited for some more in-person matches. I am playing yellow ShineGreymon on the left. This is my absolute favorite deck in the entire Digimon TCG, and I'm super excited to bring you guys this game. This was for my locals. I actually did take first place the other, I believe it was like last week at the time of recording this. So that list will probably also be on my channel pretty soon if you guys are interested. But anyways, you see there that I went first and got set up with the Patamon in my breeding area, and then played the BT1 Patamon, the one that searches tamers. You reveal the top 4 cards of your deck and add all yellow tamers to your hand. Now, I do also want to apologize. That's kind of hard to see what Digimon is down there in the corner of my opponent's breeding area. That is a Bearmon. He evolved it on top of an Upamon, or sorry, not an Upamon, a Bukamon, the BT4 egg that lets you trash a material from a level 4 lower Digimon, and then he went ahead and played the Strabimon for 3, revealing some hybrids and added one to his hand. So again, sorry about the fact that that is cut off, and it's also a little bit difficult to tell how much security each of us are at, but so I do apologize for that. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and continue with the Garurumon, and then I digivolve into the ShineGreymon, that is the BT2 ShineGreymon, and went ahead and played the Kamiya from my hand for a cost of 0. ShineGreymon is just super good because he helps you unload your hand and just set up for the ShineGreymon plays. The goal of this deck is to go into your ShineGreymon is your boss monster. He's a level 6 Digimon, yellow Digimon, that basically when digivolving you get to suspend all of your yellow tamers and reduce something on your opponent's field for 4,000 for each single tamer. So my opponent is going to start here with 3 memory. Actually, I put him at 2 after digivolving the ShineGreymon, but because he does have the starter deck mat there, that tamer says that at the start of your turn, if you have a Digimon without, or if your opponent has a Digimon without materials on the field, you basically just get to gain 1 memory. So we see there he brought out the Bearmon, and actually that is the Tsunomon that started deck Tsunomon underneath them. I said Bukamon earlier, but he was playing Bukamon as well, so sorry about that. But anyways, so it is going to be his turn. So he's playing kind of like a blue hybrid starter deck, kind of like upgraded starter deck version of blue. And I do also want to stress that while his deck is, based on the starter deck, it's not necessarily budget, because you see there the AncientGarurumon, he revealed it off of the Strabimon there, and AncientGarurumon is unfortunately still a pretty expensive secret rare, but he is going to go ahead and play the Strabimon. He did whiff on that because you can't actually add AncientGarurumon off Strabimon, which I think is a pretty interesting interaction. I mean, it was obviously intentional, but anyways, he's just going to end his turn by playing the Matt Ishida for 2 cost, and I'm going to start. Unfortunately, no TK, so I can't guarantee myself the 3 memory yet, but we're going to just continue digging through my deck, going to digivolve into a couple of Garurumons there, and I do still like the BT1 Patamon there, the one that searches tamers, because there have been times where, you open a pretty decent hand in ShineGreymon, but you really do need to see your tamers. I'm still a big fan of him, so if you don't actually have like access to Pulsemons, which a lot of yellow lists are running, a budget option I would suggest is playing the Patamon instead, because he effectively does the same thing, giving you a +1 at the very least. So I'm going to go into WarGrowlmon and then pass it over to my opponent. WarGrowlmon is a very nice tech in ShineGreymon. I really like him because he effectively acts as like another tamer, if that makes sense, because he reduces something by 4,000. So like if I went into ShineGreymon afterwards, I'd only get the -4 from the Kari, but stacked with the WarGrowlmon, that is -8,000 total. So I'd be able to take out a couple of his rookies. It's almost like he's playing Rookie Rush, because he was just not seeing any level 3s or any level 4s or 5s. So then for a memory cost of 2, we are going to see a Matt digivolved into the Lobomon. Lobomon is one of the cards out of BT4 that allows you to digivolve him on top of a blue tamer, acting like that the tamer was a level 3 blue Digimon, so effectively making it so that you can digivolve on your tamers. And it's really nice because since he played the tamer the previous turn, it doesn't actually have summoning sickness, so he can go ahead and attack with it if he so chooses to do so. Then we're going to see a Gomamon digivolve, barely see that Gomamon, digivolve into the breeding area there for a cost of 0. And then for another 2 costs, we are going to see the second mat Digivolve into the Lobomon. Now, I would argue that was not necessarily a good play, because now he has 2 less mats on his field to, trigger that +1 memory. Not that, I might have played around it given the next turn, but now I can just play a Pulsemon or a Patamon and not really get punished for it. There was no real, reason to do that, because he could have just waited until the next turn to do that. So anyways, you saw I was going to play the TK there, but I didn't actually realize I was at 1 memory first. So before that, I'm going to use Wargreymmon's effect and detach 2 materials to reduce something by 4000 DP. That is going to inevitably kill the Bearmon. And then now I'm going to be able to gain 1 memory and then from the Patamon, that is the starter deck Patamon, and putting me at 2. Then I'll be able to play the TK, and then now I'm going into ShineGreymon for a cost of 4, suspending both of my Tamers to reduce 2 things by 4000 each. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of both of his Strabimons, just saving me a couple security checks, because he did have 4 Digimon, I guess 5 Digimon with the Bearmon on field. And now my security is more or less safe from being attacked, or if he does, he is going to probably pay the price for that. So now I'm set up with the ShineGreymon on the field, and now that he also has the RiseGreymon underneath, if I have managed to get 1 more yellow tamer on my side of the field, that will be a security attack plus 1 ShineGreymon, who also gains 1000 DP for each of the tamers on my field during my turn. So during my turn, he will be 13,000 DP. And if my opponent decides to attack during his turn and puts me below 3 memory, 3 security, 3 or lower security, then Kari will also trigger, gaining me another memory in the process. So then for a 3 cost, we are going to see Beowulfmon put down on top of the Lobomon. Beowulfmon is a pretty cool level 5. He does have jamming inherently, meaning he will not be deleted by security Digimon. So even though you saw the RiseGreymon there, even though they were both 7000 DP, jamming makes it so that he does not die. Not only that, but during my turn, I can't actually target him for attacks, because he does have a hybrid and a blue tamer underneath him. He only needs 1 of those to resolve that effect, but if you have a hybrid or a blue tamer underneath him, I can't attack him. So essentially, I'm forced to use some sort of removal option card or monster effect to get rid of that guy. And then my opponent is just going to end his turn by playing the Gomamon for 2, leaving me with 1 memory, which is a pretty solid choice. I think he's trying to go wide here, just play a bunch of rookies, especially due to the fact that I don't have TK. I'm not guaranteed 3 memory, so it'll be hard for me to build up into, another couple of RiseGreymon, set some tamers down, and unless I just had ShineGreymon or /Angemon in my hand right now, which I don't think I did, because I probably would have gotten rid of the Beowulf. But I'm going to go ahead swing, only checking 1 security card, and again for 13,000 DP. And then after that, I guess I did have /Angemon. After that, I'm just going to go into Slash and then reduce the Beowulf by 8,000, which will effectively kill him. And then I will also gain 1 memory from the Patamon underneath my ShineGreymon, which says I gain 1 memory anytime a Digimon has its DP reduced to 0. So putting my opponent back at 1 memory. So we're kind of playing that memory lock back and forth. Neither of us has memory tamers on the field, so we're just trying to give our opponent as little memory as possible. So then we are going to see the Gomamon Digivolved in the breeding area. Again, that is over a Bukamon. He's playing, I believe my opponent was playing 4 Bukamon, 1 Sunamon. And then we are just going to see a Bearmon played for 3, which Bearmon is not a very widely utilized blue level 3. The fact that he does have 4,000 is pretty good, but he is also a 3 cost vanilla, which is kind of shitty, to be honest, but he is 4,000 DP. So anyways, my turn is going to start with 2 memory. I'm going to play the TK Takaishi, the second one right there, and now that I have 3 yellow tamers, now I will check 2 security cards because of RiseGreymon. So then I'm going to go ahead and swing with ShineGreymon. That is 14,000 ShineGreymon, so it does actually get over the threshold of AncientGarurumon, which I figured he was playing, hadn't seen yet, but since he was playing all the hybrid support, actually no, I think we did see it when he played Strabimon or something. But anyways, it puts me over that threshold so I don't die in security, which is pretty awesome. So then now I'm just going to go into Unimon and pass turn. So now I've got a blocker established. So if my opponent does decide to attack, he will lose 1 of his Digimon. So then he's going to start with 2 memory. And then he's going to bring out the Gomamon into the battle area, putting him at 5 Digimon on field, but I do have the 1 blocker, and he doesn't have any tamers to be able to go into a surprise Lobomon and finish out the game. But he's just going to Hammer Spark and then go to 3 and then Digivolve into Beowulf Mountain. So now he does again have jamming, and I can't attack him. So I decide not to block. He's going to hit another Rise Greymon, so he's going to live that. He's going to swing with the Gomamon, but I'm going to block. I think he decided he wanted to really push for game because he knew that I would pretty much finish him the next turn if he wasn't able to kill me. So then he swung with the Gomamon there, and then he's going to swing with the other one, and then he also has the Bukamon inherited effect. Bukamon says that you can trash one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digivolution sources when attacking, so he's going to do that. And then there we see the TK Takaishi, the BT1 TK, which lets me search through my security and add 1 card, and if that card is yellow, then I get to get recovery +1. He's going to swing with the Bearmon, and then swing lastly with the other Gomamon. Bearmon does actually die, and that is my final security card. So he is at 0 memory, no more Digimon that can attack, and he is just going to play a Gabumon to pass turn. So he was just almost there, but unfortunately for him, I'm just going to be able to swing and end the game by hitting his last couple security cards, and then swing for game with the slash on Digimon. So guys, that is going to be game 1. And then game 2, my opponent is going to start. He is going to Digivolve. That is a Strabimon in security, in the breeding area. So Strabimon doesn't actually have an inherited effect, so he's usually better to just play straight up. But if he didn't have any other rookies, I can see why that was a valid play. He's just going to end things off by playing the Matt Ishida from his hand. And unfortunately, I'm going to open Pulsemon and no other rookie, so I went ahead and did kind of the same thing and egged myself, but I went ahead and Digivolved the Pulsemon. But on the bright side, I did open BT1 TK, so I'm going to play him for a 4 cost and then add the slash Angemon to my hand. So I don't think I had any other ShineGreymons in secure. Like, if there was ShineGreymon security, I definitely would have taken it. But anyway, so I'm going to add the slash, and then my opponent is going to start with 2 memory and bring out the Strabimon, and I don't think there's a whole lot he can do right here. Like, the best play he can do is go, Digivolve Lobomon, Digivolve Beowulf, and then he'll have a jammer on field, Digimon with jamming, and then I won't be able to attack him, but I do have this slash Angemon, so I'll be able to get rid of it regardless. I don't think he's playing any of the other jamming targets like Frigimon or Vidramon or anything like that. He is playing Garurumon. I forget which promo thing that's from, but that's the Garurumon that lets you draw a card. The inherited effect is you can draw a card if this Digimon's name contains Garurumon in it, which AncientGarurumon does, obviously. So then he's going to go ahead and Digivolve that for 2. And then for a 3 cost, he's going to Digivolve into WereGarurumon. So that is the starter deck WereGarurumon that gives you security attack +1 if your opponent has a Digimon without materials on the field. So I really probably don't want to give him that ability to be able to attack twice. So I'm just going to go ahead and Digivolve into the Gatomon there. That is the promo Gatomon, and then I'm going to just immediately Digivolve her into Rise Greymon, again, for a 3 cost, and then playing a Kari on field. So this time, I do have TK early game, so I'll be able to just, start my turn with 3 memory anyways. So this time I do have TK and early game, so I'll be able to start my turn with 3 memory, so that's a little bit better. And then my opponent hatched a Tsunomon, but he did not actually Digivolve it. So then instead he is going to, for a 5 cost, Digivolve into the boss monster, the man himself, one of the 10 legendary warriors, AncientGarurumon. So AncientGarurumon is a 5 cost level 6, but he's 13,000 DP, and he has the when attacking effect of you can unsuspend up to 2 of your Digimon with Garurumon in their name, or hybrid in their type. I think hybrid is the type. Basically, if it says hybrid on the card, so like Kendo Garurumon, Beowulfmon, all those cards. So then I'm going to Digivolve into the starter deck Patamon, and then Digivolve into Unimon for a cost of 2, leaving me with 1 memory, and then finally I'm going to round things off by Digivolving into BT4 Rise Greymon. That guy is a 3 evolution cost, and he is a red Digimon, but he can actually evolve onto yellow Digimon as well. And then during your turn, he is treated as a yellow, so he's really cool. And not only that, but then he also has the awesome Digiverse effect of being able to just play a yellow tamer from your hand for free. So he's similar to the Rise Greymon I have on the battle area right now, but instead of being a when Digivolving effect, it's just anytime during the main phase. So then my opponent is going to start, and he's probably going to just start swinging with the AncientGarurumon. We see there he's got the Gomamon in the breeding area right now, and he didn't actually get the +1 memory from the mat because I do only have Digimon with materials on field. Like, there's nothing that has no Digivolution sources. So then for a 2 cost, he's going to Digivolve into Lobomon, and then I already know where this is going. This is kind of like a, this is basically guarantees him 3 attacks. 4 if his Lobomon does survive, because the plan here is to probably attack with Lobomon, attack with AncientGarurumon, and then if Lobomon survives, you can unsuspend both of them, and then attack with both of them again. So that's 4 total attacks. I believe I'm still at 5 security at this point. So then finally my opponent is going to swing with the Lobomon, but unfortunately for him, he did run into a Pidomon security, which was 5,000 exactly, so he does not survive. But then AncientGarurumon is going to attack, checking just 1 because I do have a Digimon with materials. He will be able to then unsuspend himself via his own effect, and then also draw a card from the Garurumon underneath him, so then he will be able to go +1 from that, and then hit me for 2 security checks. So that is 3 total checks that turn. I believe now I am at 2 security, and he is at 0 memory. So then for a 2 cost, he is going to Digivolve Garurumon in the breeding area, and because I have TK, I'm going to start with 3 memory, and since my security is 3 or lower, both Karis will each give me +1, putting me at 5 memory to start my turn. I'm then going to bring out my red ShineGreymon, use his effect to play a Tamer from hand for free, go into Kari Kamiya for a cost of 0, so now I have 3 Karis on field, and that is 4 total Tamers. So if I do see a ShineGreymon, I'll be able to get rid of the AncientGarurumon straight up, but instead I'm just going to go into /Angemon, reduce AncientGarurumon by 8,000, putting him at a total of 5,000 DP, and I'm just going to swing over him with the ShineGreymon because AncientGarurumon's DP was reduced. So then AncientGarurumon does have a really nice on deletion effect. Both him and AncientGreymon do actually float into the other hybrid, so when deleted you can play a level 4 or lower hybrid Digimon from your hand for free. So then we are going to see a Kendo Garurumon coming out for a cost of 0. And it's still my turn, so I was debating here whether or not to attack with the /Angemon, because he does have the ShineGreymon underneath him. He will check 2 security cards because I do have 4 yellow Tamers in play, but he is only 8,000 DP, so it's kind of likely he'll die, but I'm going to take that risk and attack anyway. And then, of course, the very first card was AncientGarurumon, so I kind of deserve that one, but it's fine. I still do have the ShineGreymon in play, and my opponent doesn't have any memory tamers, so I can kind of give him just the bare minimum. I'm going to play Salamon for a cost of 4. That is BT2 Salamon that allows me to, when deleted, recovery +1. So if your security is 3 or lower, which mine is at 2 right now. So then he's going to bring out his Garurumon, and with only 2 memory, he does have 2 level 4s on field, but he can't go into Beowulf right now. Well, he could, but he'd have to pass turn, and then I would start with 5 and probably do something to get rid of his Beowulf. And he can't really build up into an AncientGarurumon because I don't believe he's playing any level 5 Digimon that are 2 evolution cost. So stuff like Monzaimon and Bastamon. So it's kind of unlikely that he'll be able to push for anything major this turn. But instead for 2 cost, he's going to play the starter deck mat. So if I do, keep the Salamon out, he will gain a memory the following turn. But what I'm going to do most likely is just attack with it so it can be deleted, check its security, and then I'll get recovery +1. Now, be aware that Kendo Garurumon does actually have a pretty sweet when attacking effect that lets you, when attacking, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to their hand. So he could just get rid of the Salamon, it would bounce back to my hand, I'd have to hard play it again or something. But at the same time, Kendo Garurumon is only 6,000. So even if he survives that security check, I will, just kill him with the ShineGreymon. So anyways, I'm going to start with 6 memory because of my 3 Karis. TK puts me to 3 +1 from each of the Karis. And then I'm just going to, hatch a Digi-Egg that is a Koromon, Digivolve into the Patamon, and then Digivolve into a Terurimon for 1 cost, putting me at 5, and then I'm going to swing with the Salamon. Salamon is going to die, but that's exactly what I wanted because now I will get recovery +1, so that's pretty sweet. Most likely I won't lose next turn unless, well, we'll see, but anyway, so then I'm going to play TK for 4. I think at this point my hand was like completely void of level 6s. I didn't have /Angemon, I didn't have ShineGreymon, or anything to kind of make any sort of plays. So then I'm going to activate TK and just add a Pulsemon to hand. So Pulsemon's really nice because if you have 3 or higher security, you get to draw a card. If you have 3 or lower, you get to gain 1 memory. But if you have 3 exactly, you get both of those effects. So it becomes a 2-cost rookie that is a Gabumon that lets you draw 1 card. So here, I think I was just, I think here I did have the /Angemon. I don't know. I don't think because if I had it, I should have just gone /Angemon, killed one of his level 4s. But I did end up just digivolving the Rise Greymon in the breeding area. I think what it was, I drew into Slash after I digivolved the Rise. So then the following turn, I could bring him out, /Angemon something, gain a memory off the Patamon, and then swing with my last 2 Digimon. But anyways, putting my opponent to memory was a mistake because he does have the Lobomon in hand, and at this point I was only at 3 security. So with 4 Digimon on field, I already know there's nothing in my security that's going to save me. The only option card I'm playing is Glorious Burst, but it doesn't have a security effect, so it's not going to activate. So then we're going to see a TK revealed. Okay, sweet, my Digimon gets plus 2,000 security. The Kendo dies, and then he's just going to attack with the remainder of his Digimon and then swing for game. So then that is going to be game 2. So in game 3, I'm going to flip over that Koromon and then Digivolve into the Patamon, which again feels a little bit bad to Digivolve since I really want to use his on-play effect, but there was no other rookie at the time. So then opening TK is always nice, so I'm going to go ahead, play TK for 4, search through my security, and just get the combo pieces I need, which is one of the reasons I love ShineGreymon so much, as a deck, and TK is just a tamer card, because he can just, even if you have a bad hand, if you open TK, or if you open a Patamon to get you TK, you can really fix that hand just by searching through your security. So then my opponent is going to start with 4, Digivolve into that Gomamon in the breeding area. And then for a cost of 2, we are going to see another mat played from the hand. He's playing quite a number of those. We've seen those pretty much every game. And then he's going to hard play the Lobomon for a cost of 5, which was in a okay move, because I'm going to start at 3 regardless, so I think he knew that. And unfortunately, he's not going to get the effect because it's when digivolving, but he still does have a really solid inherited effect where you can reduce the cost of digivolving into AncientGarurumon by 2, so making him a 3 Digivolve cost instead of a 5, which is much more reasonable. So now anyways, I'm going to Digivolve into WarGrowlmon, and then leaving my opponent with 1 memory since he doesn't have any memory tamers, the memory tamers that start you at 3 every single turn. But if he doesn't do anything to that Lobomon, if he doesn't Digivolve it, I'm just going to kill it the following turn. So then he's going to pass turn by Digivolving into that Garurumon. I'm going to start with 3 because of TK, hatch my Koromon, and then Digivolve into the Salamon there for a cost of 0. And both of his Digimon are 4,000, so I could kill either with the WarGrowlmon. Unfortunately, no Patamon to gain a memory off of, but I think the bigger threat is probably the Lobomon, because AncientGarurumon is cool and all, but you pretty much always pass turn when you Digivolve him because he's a 5 cost, unless you have I don't know, double triple Hammer Spark or something. But I think the bigger threat here is probably the Lobomon, so I can just get rid of that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead Digivolve into the Unimon in the breeding area for a cost of 2, and then go ahead and detach 2 materials from the WarGrowlmon to go ahead and kill that Lobomon, so reduce its DP to 0. So then after that, I'm going to play a Pulsemon for a cost of 3, and since my security is at 5 right now, I'm just going to go ahead and draw 1 card. However, that does give my opponent the extra memory with the mat, so he's going to start with 3 and then draw for his turn. So we might see a Beowulfmon plop down here on top of the Garurumon or something, but even if he does do that, Beowulfmon will still have jamming, but he won't be able to protect himself from attacks because that stack doesn't have any hybrids, nor does it have any blue tamers. So anyways, my opponent is going to Digivolve the starter deck Gabumon in his breeding area. And then for a cost of 3, we are going to see WereGarurumon. So that guy's pretty cool. He does have the when attacking effect of if this Digimon has Garurumon in its materials, you get to unsuspend him. So not only will you get to unsuspend himself, but you'll also get to draw a card and trash a material if I had a level 4 lower Digimon without materials. The only downside is he's only 6,000 DP, so swinging early with that guy is not the best move. I mean, I don't know, maybe if you had some effects to boost his DP or something, it'd be pretty good. But anyways, we are just going to see a Strabimon, which then reveals a Strabimon, a Lobomon, and a Bearmon. So then he can choose one of the hybrids to add to his hand, which can even search himself. You could add a Strabimon off of the Strabimon, but I think the best move is probably to add the Lobomon, but instead he goes for the Strabimon. I guess maybe he just really wants to dig for more tamers, or either that, or he just has Lobomon in his hand already, because I would think you'd probably want Lobomon if he's already got the mat on field. Because I did actually just lose to that play last game. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start and then Digivolve my blocker into the ShineGreymon and to play the TK from my hand. So usually it's not the best idea to Digivolve your blockers, but I did have another one in hand. So now I'm going to go ahead and Digivolve the Pulsemon into a Pedomon for a 1 cost, which is awesome because now my opponent won't get the extra memory from the mat because now my field is full of Digimon with Digivolution material. So then he's going to bring out the Gabumon from his breeding area, and then for a cost of 3, play another Strabimon. I'm pretty sure that's the one he just added. Reveal double Hammer Spark and a KendoGarurumon. He is going to take the KendoGarurumon from his, from that reveal pile to his hand. So then he's got 3 rookies on field, so I'm pretty sure I can, if I got a ShineGreymon something, 1 extra tamer would do it, would just clear his board. So I'm going to go ahead and go ShineGreymon for a cost of 3, use his effect to Digiburst 2, and play a yellow tamer from my hand. So then I'm going to go ahead and play another copy of TK, and the cool thing about the red ShineGreymon is that the tamer you play does actually get its on play effect, so TK also nets me a search, and that's just such a cool combo, right? So then after that, I'm just going to go into ShineGreymon for a cost of 4, suspend all 3 of my tamers, reduce something by 4,000 for each tamer, so that is going to effectively just wipe his field. So no Patamons to gain memory off of that. My opponent does start with 4, but now I've got a ShineGreymon with security attack +1 that will be a 14,000 DP during my turn, and then I've also got 3 other Digimon, so then I can pretty much clear his security stack if I, so choose to do so. Anyways, he's going to hatch a Tsunomon from his, Digi-Egg deck, and then Digivolve it into the starter deck Gabumon for 0. And then for a 2 cost, we are going to see a Lobomon come out on top of the mat, which can attack this turn, but it won't do him too much good, because I believe I'm honestly not sure what my security is. I do apologize about that, guys, but I'm not in, jeopardy of losing the game. For a 3 cost, we are going to see the Lobomon Digivolve into the Garurumon, so that is now a 7,000 DP level 5. And then after that, we are going to see a Bearmon played for a cost of 3. Didn't really matter what he played there, like even if he played like a 2-drop rookie, because I still would have started with 3 memory anyway. So then I'm going to start by swinging with the ShineGreymon. He's going to check 2 security cards, and then we are going to run through those. And I think I'm not going to push for game here because I could attack with the ShineGreymon, the WarGreymon, but if they die, then I kind of be in a worse position, because then if he goes like AncientGarurumon, he could maybe attack over the ShineGreymon because I don't have any blockers on field currently, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to Digivolve into /Angemon for 3, use his effect to reduce something by 8,000 DP, and then go over the Garurumon and then swing at his security. Luckily, he did survive this time, so that is pretty nice. And then finally, I'm going to round things off by just Digivolving into a Unimon. So I did have a pretty decent spread of blockers there. So now, even if he tries to attack with the Bearmon, or if he somehow maybe gets like a Lobomon on field or whatever, then I can just go ahead and block that. Even though he does have 2 attacks this turn, he's just going to go into the Promo Lobomon for a cost of 2. Use its 1 Digivolving effect to Digivolve into AncientGarurumon for a cost of 1. So effectively, for a 3 cost, he warped straight from Gabumon to AncientGarurumon. AncientGarurumon can now attack twice. So I thought here he would go ahead and try to swing at my Shine, and then I might block and he'd swing again, but he's just going to attack my security. I'm not sure if it would have changed the outcome of the game if he had attacked it, because if he attacked my Shine, I would have I would have blocked that, and then he would have attacked again, and then it would have died. So now I'd still have the /Angemon, and the Rise Greymon on my side of the field. So if I had another Slash, another Shine, or a Chaosmon Valdararm in my hand, I still would have been able to take it. But anyways, he's just going to end his turn by playing the Zudomon there. The AncientGarurumon should also die because of the Lobomon's effect. But regardless, I'm going to be able to swing for a game. So guys, that is going to be game. Hopefully you did enjoy this matchup. I thought it was pretty fun. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.